We are in a police department interrogation room. In the center of the room is a table with one chair at both sides. The light is faint and on the verge of going out at a moment's notice. The atmosphere is thick with tension and filled with a worried silence. Detective McGuire sits at the chair closest to the one-sided window as he waits for the first suspect to enter the room.
Good evening, ma'am. Could you kindly take a seat so we can start and just know that everything you say is being recorded?
Do you know who killed him yet?
I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. If we did find out, we wouldn't be here. Can you state your name, age, and relationship with the victim?
Oh, sorry. I'm Jessica Adams. I'm 28, and I'm a friend of his.
I know it has only been a week since this tragedy, but could you try to remember any details of that night that could be helpful?
I don't know. It's hard to even think of his name. It's all mixed up.
I understand, but can you recall at least the events leading up to the victim's death?
I can try. I was getting ready for the party, doing my makeup and choosing my outfit.
Could you tell me more about this party that you were attending? Who was hosting it, and what for?
Tom was hosting it. His wife was there with him. It was a Christmas party. I only knew Tom and Henry. I work with them. Amelia and I were never very close, but we went to school together.
Could you tell me what Tom did for a living?
He taught at Barnard College.
Could you describe how Henry and Tom's friendship was? Did they have any fights before the incident?
No, they were really good friends. I don't think I've ever seen them fight. They were always laughing together. Even the night of the accident, they seemed fine.
Has Tom ever said anything about his wife? Anything to be concerned about?
He never said anything himself, but one time she came into work screaming, throwing things, and just causing a scene, all because Tom forgot to take out the trash.
And what about the party? Did she cause a scene of any kind there?
Not that I remember. She just seemed really angry and irritated.
Alright, thank you for your cooperation. I understand this is hard, but we will do our best to figure this out. You're free to go. So they all worked at the local college. Having a chat with forensics on what killed Tom would be useful. I hope this Henry has more information.
McGuire is sitting with the second suspect. The light flickers every now and then, adding to the already high tension of the current situation.
Thank you for coming in today. You know what we're here to discuss, so go ahead and state your name, age, and relationship to the victim.
My name is Henry Caliente. I'm 30 years old, and I would consider myself a very close friend to Tom.
Can you tell me what you remember from this party?
It was supposed to be a little Christmas get-together. I feel like I should say this. Tom pulled me aside months before the party to tell me about a conversation he had with Amelia about an affair.
Did Tom say how Amelia took that information?
Tom said she was angry and upset with him, but she had her suspicions that something was going on.
Would you happen to know who Tom had the affair with? Or if Amelia knows?
Tom never mentioned who it was to me. I'm not aware if he told Amelia or not.
Well then, you're all professors, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Alright. I had a talk with forensics and they told me that Tom died from poison in his drink. Do you know who would possess those kinds of chemicals?
The only person I can think of that would have any access to those was Tom. Amelia did visit him from time to time, but I never noticed anything out of the ordinary.
So Amelia would have also had access to the chemicals or poisons as well.
Yes, I guess she would have. She knows where Tom kept everything in his lab. She couldn't have done this, right?
We still don't have enough evidence to convict anyone yet, but I promise we are working as fast as we can.
I understand. I just wish we could figure this out and get the justice Tom deserves.
We will. Did Amelia have a violent history with or against Tom?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, they argued like any other married couple does. They never got physical or violent, though.
Okay. Thanks for cooperating. I'll find out who did this, so try not to worry. So, there was an affair. I need to get information on this person, and Amelia might know the most.
McGuire is sitting at his desk, sifting through files, searching for recently added evidence from the crime scene.
Multiple fingerprints on the cup. It looks like they belong not only to Tom, but Amelia and Jessica as well. Why would Jessica's fingerprints be on the cup? Perhaps to hold it while the victim did something? Or maybe she's guilty. The same thing could be said for Amelia, though. I'll have to wait for Amelia's interrogation to hopefully get the full story. Not sure she'll cooperate with what's been said about her, but I have to try.
McGuire is sitting at the interrogation table, waiting for Amelia to arrive.
Thank you for being willing to answer questions. I know this is hard for you, and I apologize for any inconvenience. Can you state your name, age, and relationship with the victim?
He's the victim. Funny.
What do you mean? Can you elaborate, please?
I'm the one who got cheated on, and everyone feels bad for Tom. Maybe if he didn't make such idiotic choices, karma wouldn't have bit him in the ass.
I understand this is a tense topic, but do you know who he cheated on you with?
Jessica Adams. She always followed him around like a lost puppy, so I shouldn't have been surprised.
Always? Can you explain?
Known her since high school. She was always around him. I thought she was just nervous and didn't have any other friends, but clearly I was wrong.
Oh, when did you find out about the affair?
A few months before the party. Tom and I's relationship was basically non-existent after that. I'll admit he tried to fix us, but there's just no fixing that. Accident.
Alright, I have another question, but I don't want you to assume that you are being accused. I'd just like an explanation if you have one.
Okay.
The forensics department found evidence of fingerprints in a cup that was used by the victim. Your fingerprints, along with Jessica's, were on it. Can you explain that?
Oh, Tom asked me to get him a drink.
And do you know why Jessica's were found too?
I told her to give the drink to Tom. Did Jessica do this? Did she kill my husband?
We aren't sure. Can you please refrain from acting recklessly?
My husband has possibly been killed by the woman I gave his drink to. And you expect me to calm down? I just wanted to know if they were still close. Or if she just came to the party to cause some sort of drama. I didn't think she'd kill him. Did I kill him?
Please take a moment to compose yourself. We will continue this interrogation another time.
No! You have to tell me if she killed him! You have to tell me!
We can continue this interrogation at a
No,
different
no, no,
time.
no, no, no.
Please,
Tell
exit the
me.
room.
Please. No, no, tell me.
In his office, McGuire is processing the interrogations and reading over Jessica and Amelia's files.
If it was Jessica, the only time she could have poisoned the drink would have been when Amelia gave it to her. It was a party, so it could have gone unnoticed if she quickly slipped something in it on her way to Tom. But what's her motive?
McGuire is sitting across from Jessica, about to ask questions.
We found some new evidence.
Okay. What is it?
We found your fingerprints on a cup the victim drank out of. Could you explain the reason why?
Amelia told me to give Tom a drink.
Did you notice Amelia do anything strange before she handed you the cup?
Not really. She just came up to me and asked.
Could you have done anything to the drink?
No, of course not.
Are you sure you didn't happen to be jealous of Tom and Amelia's relationship?
Why would I have any reason to be?
A few people have come forward about an affair between
What?
you and Tom.
I
would have appreciated that detail being included in your first interrogation.
Okay. We slept together. I would never hurt Tom, though. Why would I kill the man I was with?
Jealousy can do a lot to a person's morality. Maybe you were jealous that he didn't choose you, so you killed him out of anger.
Listen, I didn't share that information because it's not exactly something I'm proud of. Of course it hurt that he didn't officially get with me, but I didn't murder him.
Then were you worried that Amelia would ruin your reputation at work and relationship with friends?
She doesn't know about the affair. Tom and I agreed to keep it from her during one of our conversations.
Amelia found out months before the party. That's confirmed by Henry.
She knew?
So here's a theory of mine. Not only were you jealous that Tom chose his wife over you, but you were also worried that if Amelia found out, she would expose your affair and cost you your job. So you had to act fast and find a way to make sure that it didn't get out. Getting a poison wouldn't be too difficult due to knowing Tom, who had access to dangerous chemicals. If you killed Tom, Amelia would be the one most likely to be blamed, and Tom wouldn't have told her or anyone else about the affair, ensuring your innocence and safety. All loose ends are tied. What's unfortunate is there was a not-so-small piece of evidence that was left at the crime scene. Look familiar? It's a bottle of cyanide with your fingerprints on it.
Amelia already knew, so I didn't have to kill him.
I guess that confirms it.
He still chose her in the end.
All right, stand up and put your hands behind your back.